But I think the next thing we should talk about is 2021 so far.
Yeah,
You start this one.
2021 has been a interesting 20 days.
Yeah,
It's been
it
a
most definitely
it's
has.
been an interesting 20 days, you know. Back on my stream shit, you know, I'm getting all my stuff together in real life, getting ready to buy a car. You, personally, life is good. And as of right now, it seems like outside of my personal life, everything's sort of okay. I can't really say it's good yet, but here's to hoping. All right, what about you, Shaddick? What about you?
For me, like I'm trying to make moves. I'll say that much. I don't know if you kept up with things I've been saying on Twitter. I will say this. I've been
I saw the Best Buy thing.
like I applied at FedEx. I'm pretty sure I got the job.
Okay.
Um, which is good. YouTube's been going well, and I think it's only because I've been like motivated to make content. You know, I haven't been demotivated like I have in the past. Videos have been doing well, like content wise, like getting back into making Sonic content. And the reason I say that is because that's the thing. Like that was one of the main things that made me pop off. And I'm getting back to talking about the games I like, really. And don't get me wrong, I like Smash, but I
Talking
can
about
only
Smash
talk.
all the time.
Yeah,
At that, you're just gonna end up uploading the same video twice and not realize it.
yeah. It's just like, dang, I uploaded that same video like forever ago. It's just like it becomes a cycle that I really don't want to start too much. So I've started making the videos that I really wanted to. It's been a lot of realizing that I don't have to go all out every time to make my point.
With like your editing.
Yeah, because like a lot of time will be spent on writing, and then like I'll make a video. Say for instance, I'll make like I think the best example of this is like the real issue. No, actually no, I think it is. It's the real issue 30 Sonic video, bro. I made that video. That video was originally 45 minutes long.
Wait, for real?
It was legitimately 45 minutes long. It is about 15 minutes or so now, I think.
Yeah.
But I realized I was just like, bro, I can't, I can't do that. I can't do that in a timely fashion. You know what I mean? And then I was just like, what if I just do this chunk? I cut out all these other portions that are like subject topics within the video, and just really like condense it. I've learned I gotta kind of streamline my videos more and all that stuff.
Yeah, what you've been packing. Let's say your video is like a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Because I tried making like YouTube videos like way long ago, but what I would do is make them the same way that I would make a sandwich. So here's the example, right? I put you down your first loaf of bread, boom, nice piece of wheat bread, fantastic. Then I would put down some Dijon mustard, right? A little sauce on the video. Make sure that people are going to enjoy it. I'm entertaining. They're being entertained. Everyone enjoys the sandwich, right? Then I put down lettuce, right? It's all the fancy words I'm going to use, right? Then the meat of the video, the actual topic. I take this half a centimeter piece of ham and I lay it down. And then I put on more lettuce and more mustard and then I close the sandwich. And I was missing the point that no one wants to eat a lettuce sandwich. They sort of just want a ham and cheese and book it. You know, the lettuce sandwich, the sandwich with all the frills and stuff is good some of the time. But the ham and cheese is always going to hit home. It's always going to hit home.
I've been like basically just making the stuff I want. That's another thing. Like it's just like I used to like want to just talk about things, and I just wouldn't because I'd be scared. Oh, people will be upset at me or whatever, and it's just like, nah, I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. Or, oh, this may not get that many views. Nah, I just gotta do it. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times we just do something, people will go with you. You know what I mean? Like the people who are really there for your content and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, this has been a wild time, and then I'm about to schedule to get my license next month because my mom bought a car for me because she was like, I was just like, oh, okay. So she did do that. I'm basically just making moves.
I feel it. I can hear it in your voice. So you don't want to give away too much, but you just want people to know that moves are being made. Not everyone needs to know the details, but what they do need to know is that things are happening.
Yes. But you want to talk about some things going on in the world right now, like inauguration?
Yeah, you know, today is the first day of 2020, but 2021. The end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021. It was today for me, at least. That's what it feels like. Like, I've never been so excited to actually open Twitter in like 4 years.
I know, bro.
I got on the platform today because first thing I do in the morning, I wake up, I get out of bed, I use the bathroom, I brush my teeth, and right before I get dressed, check Twitter. Past 4 years has been hell doing this routine, so I gave up like a year ago on checking Twitter, and it was sort of fucking with me because I didn't realize how much I was on the platform, and I started doing it again because quarantine. I was like, fuck. I can't. I need to check Twitter. I need to see what's going on. It was supposed to be 2 weeks. Then it was 3 months. Then no one stayed inside for the 2 weeks. So then it was 3. I'm not going to get into that right now. But basically, President Joseph R. Biden Jr. was elected into office today.
Whole government.
Whole government. Don't forget the junior. Right? And Vice President Kamala Harris. Sworn in without anything. You know? I saw some images. It was a beautiful. I was at work, so I couldn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But what? I just have a question though. Like aside from like how wonderful today was.
Yeah.
What was Lady Gaga wearing, bro? What was?
Bro,
she was actually dressed like the woman from the beginning of the Hunger Games.
Bro, she's Lady Gaga.
And that was a little nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw them images on Twitter. I was like, okay, I'm a little scared now. I'm a little scared.
We gonna start the Hunger Games? Huh?
Please don't announce the Hunger Games. Okay, she's just singing. I was about to call it Rockets Red Glare, Star Spangled Banner. Oh, thank God. All right, you know he gets elected. He announces his plans. He immediately suspended student loans, so let's go Biden.
Yes, sir.
I know you're especially happy about that one.
Yes, sir. Yes, I am. I'm in a camp right now where I'm like really glad, and I'm, you know, after seeing the plans and stuff that they have going, I think where he's reversing a lot of Trump era stuff, which is good. And I think the U.S. is about to move in a lot better direction for it. Especially because I think Senate is blue, House is blue. Like, I think
my Senate is blue, my Vice President is black. I think that was the Jeezy line.
Like, bro, we about to get. I'm on the real though. Like, I just think life is about to get a lot better. Even if it's like not the full Bernie steps, you know what I mean, that I wanted.
We're taking the pseudo steps to get near what he was trying to do.
Yeah, baby steps, man, baby steps, and that's what really matters. I will say this: past 21 days have been kind of nutty though. I just started school again. Class started like Tuesday, so it's going all right so far.
Okay. Honestly, it's crazy because my sister was born on the 6th.
For real.
Yeah. So what a crazy way to what a crazy. By the way, shout out to my little sister. Happy birthday. I don't know if she'll ever see this, but happy birthday. All right. And then we go out for lunch. And we check social media because that's what you do when you first sit down at the little COVID friendly restaurants. You sit down, you go, let's look at the menu. Let's open Twitter. Let me get a glass of water. I open Twitter and I see a gaggle of people of the, I don't want to say Caucasian persuasion because I don't think it was only Caucasian people who decided to use all of the sanity and privilege they had to rush the Capitol, which was a crazy way for the first week of January to start off. How did you feel about seeing all of these individuals with total sanity spend their what day was that? Was that a Tuesday? I think that was a Tuesday.
It was a Wednesday.
It was a Wednesday. How did you feel about those people spending their Wednesday afternoon raiding the Capitol, and also within like 35 minutes building a hanging block to put Mike Pence in?
I'm just gonna call them what they are. These terrorists.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised because that's what Donald Trump specifically has been wanting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he has an outright. He's been very
coy with the words he's choosing, but he heavily implied this is what he's wanted for a good amount of time. Well, what he wanted for a good amount of time.
Exactly, and I think it shows the lack of it just, I don't know. I want to say it shows the lack of like self-awareness, but I think you have to be self-aware in the privilege you have to be able to go out there, do that, go try to create an insurrection, and then most of the people not really go to jail or have any repercussions against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those situations that I don't mean to get all out there, but like, this is like, this is white privilege.
It's sort of hard to, how do you say, not like talk about, because it's such like an insane event.
Yeah, it's like this is the biggest example of like white privilege I've seen. The reason I say that is in June and July and May and August and September of last year, people were legitimately marching peacefully.
Yeah.
Getting beat to death by cops. Literally,
don't forget the rubber bullets destroying people's orbital bones, because apparently the police departments across the country have the funds to buy all of this riot gear and not train people on how to use it.
Oh, don't forget the tear gas. And I think back to, I forgot what his name is. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
You talking about George Floyd?
No, not George Floyd. It was someone holding a violin vigil, peaceful. Just a bunch of violins.
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name. Oh my god.
For George Floyd and all those, and Breonna Taylor and all those who tragically passed at the hands of police. Having a peaceful violin vigil got killed by the police. and I think about it, and I think about how all these, MAGA, MAGA toting, guys just walked into the Capitol.
By
You
the way,
had police
by the way,
tell
did you hear about the other some of the details that came out about what they did in the Capitol?
Say that again.
Did you hear about some of the details that happened of what some of these people did while they were in there?
You mean
Like several people physically shit they shit in their hands and they wiped it on the walls. And the only reason they know that they did it in their hands was because there was fingerprints. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You literal monkeys.
Oh my God, they're actually monkeys.
Like literal monkeys. Like there was the dude who stole. This just came out like it was either yesterday or like this morning. One of the so-called patriots, translation. Well, I can't even say so-called because committed a literal terrorist act today. He tried to sell Nancy Pelosi's laptop to some Russians.
No. That was a woman. I know
it was a woman.
Yeah, it was this. And the dude who there was the person who turned her in was an ex.
What a patriot! What a soldier!
Exactly. Like, it's just, it is beyond me how people justify being that way. It's like, I feel like you have to have no moral compass, really, because like it's like, think about it. I just saw this tweet where like it was like MAGAs are realizing they've been conned, and one of the tweets sum it up like perfectly. What did we even get? No wall. DACA still exists. He hired tons of neocons and got people who would otherwise oppose them to cheerlead them. Julian is in prison. Was it even worth it? I am so black-pilled. Or like this one. This one is beautiful. This one is beautiful. 4 years of being labeled a Nazi and all I got was a stupid MAGA hat. It's like you're self-aware of what you are, or what
I truly wonder what some of these people are going to do after this. Like, are they willing to attempt to integrate back into? Well, they've already integrated back into society.
Say that again.
They've never like integrated out of society. What I'm saying is, are they willing to go back to living the way they did in 2015? Because a lot of these people got into politics just because it was Trump. Like, it's so like strange the way like they were so willing to join a cult.
Yeah.
Because he said he was doing it for the good old boys, the red, white, and blue. Make America great again. And it was just weird to like see and like deal with.
It's the fact that,
especially like I used to. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Go ahead. No, you good, bro.
I had a customer who used to come in all the time wearing a MAGA hat. He was like, if you don't like it, deal with it. And he came in right after the results came in, like the official results, and it said Biden-Harris won. And he was throwing a fit. And I remembered what he said all the way back then. And I looked at him dead in his eyes, and I handed him his small coffee, and I was like, if you don't like it, deal with it. And he threw that. First of all, he grabbed the coffee, he calmly walked outside, and he threw that shit on like he spiked it like a football. he was not having it.
Bro, I think the greatest example of how these people think is, I live in Alabama, so disclosure. I live in the land of the MAGA hats, and I was with my mom. I forgot where we were going. I think we were going to Taco Bell or something like that. And the truck in front of us had a Trump 2020 sticker that said, "Fuck your feelings," right? Right next to it, it said, "Pray for your neighbor, care for them, and treat them kindly. Treat them as you would want to be treated." And I was just like,
I really don't think people, like, especially like religious people who like voted for Trump, I don't think they see the irony in what they say and what, like, it's literally practice what you preach.
yeah, it's like,
But you don't know what
how?
you're practicing because you accidentally joined a cult.
It's one of those situations where I like thought about it, or I didn't even really have to think about it, but like I really had this come to mind one day, and I was just like, I was talking to some friends, and I was just like, these people's idea of a better America is just taking away rights from people and oppressing them, and then on top of that, they've been indoctrinated. Like, I live in Alabama, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the people who are like, the only way to put it like this is because I don't want to call them anything else, but poor white people. During this election, all of the areas with poor white people, right, voted for Trump because they have less access to things like education, and that's not to make fun of them. That sucks, but they've been indoctrinated because they're less educated on things. Like, they don't know about, they legitimately just don't know things. And while they should have a moral compass, you just should know what's right and what's wrong, right? Their outlook on a situation, like, it's like the people talking about taxes, like on Twitter, like, you have the people like,
Oh yeah.
"Oh man, Joe Biden's gonna raise taxes," and it's
usually,
like, well,
like, see,
it's not in your tax bracket. You know what I mean?
Here's, but like they don't thank you. They don't get it. Like, people
like,
who are making $20,000 a year going, Joe Biden's gonna raise the taxes for the rich, and I'm like, that sounds like a good idea, cause I'm not rich. I don't have to vote with my wallet yet.
like, bro, like, it's like, you're not in that tax bracket. It doesn't negatively affect that tax bracket.
And all it does is positively affect you,
Exactly.
poor person, because I'm not rich. I am rich in spirit. I am
It's
not
like,
rich in wallet. Let me tell you one thing.
it's like the people against raising the minimum wage. Their argument is always, "Oh, but the price will go up."
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
fine.
"Oh, the price of things will go up." I'm like, that's fine, bro. As long as you're not making $7.25 an
Yeah,
hour.
would you rather be homeless?
It's
Sure, there's
like,
plenty of homeless people who are like, damn, I wish I could have been making enough
so
in order
like
to sustain myself.
I think the greatest example of this, bro, is so someone brought this up, bro. They're like, the minimum wage in like Denmark or someplace. It's some place in Europe, or it might be Canada. I don't know. It's
Oh,
like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's $22, right? Over here, the minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. Hasn't budged an inch since like the 80s, right? Even though the minimum wage was originally supposed to be a livable wage. That's what it's supposed to be. That's why it's called the minimum wage, so you can be able to live off of it. So the minimum wage over here is $7.25, and it's like, I think it was like a quarter pounder or something, or some arbitrary food item like a chalupa or something from Taco Bell. It's like $4.85, right? And they're like, "Oh, it's gonna raise the prices." It's $5.15 in Denmark or wherever it is, bro. 5.15 to from 4.85. That's 30 cents, bro. A 30 cents difference.
Like,
for
I'm a cheap
a
dude. I'm a cheap dude. I don't like to spend money unless I like have to, or like I want to. But even then, I'm like, ew.
that's
But
like
yo, changing the price of 20 like nuggets from like $4.30 to like $4 and like 50 cents
Like,
isn't that big of a deal. It isn't that big of a deal. It's
for
not
real,
like they're
son.
changing the price of 20 nuggets from $4.30 to $8.
Like, people are like, oh, they got to do this to offset taxes or whatever. I'm like, bro, businesses don't pay taxes anyway. So it's just like, they're not going to be losing money. If anything, they'll just be sitting there making more money because more people can buy their food. You know what I mean? Like, it's it's just ridiculous, dog. I don't know how people have gotten to this point where they're like, I don't think a person flipping burgers at McDonald's should make as
Yo,
much.
did you see the Amazon worker who said
Say that
that? There's a dude on Twitter. He was like, "I work at Amazon. I pack boxes. Yo, if you're flipping burgers at McDonald's or Burger King, you don't deserve to make as much money as me." I'm like, just go get a job at Burger King then.
You move.
They're making $15. Just go there. Just go there.
I'm pretty sure the McDonald's or Burger King job is harder than the Amazon job because at least I know, Amazon warehouses can vary because the one in my area, everybody's trying to work there because they get a lot of VTO. They get paid VTO. Mm-hmm. And on top of getting paid VTO,
guaranteed overtime,
they get guaranteed overtime and all that stuff. So
it's like,
I
think it's like every other week or every 2 weeks.
Paid. They get way good overtime because you're getting a time and a half for $15 an hour. So you're making 20 something an hour if you're getting overtime. So it's like I don't understand how people think like that, how they think reasonably. And if you're really that worried, go to work at McDonald's or Burger King.
Like, that doesn't make sense. He's like, yo, I've been working here for like 2 years. I don't think if you work at fucking Checkers making my Rally's fries, you don't deserve 15 an hour. And I'm like, yo,
son,
if you think like this, you could just not go to those places and you could make food. You could make food at home. That way you're not supporting that function. It's just I don't get why people think too hard about certain things, right? Like, cause the people who are saying the things like that, the people who are saying like shit like that, they're thinking too hard about the money that they want to make and not the money that they are making. Like, you're making like $13.35 at Amazon right now, but you're imagining that you're making enough to afford a Bentley truck, and you can't. See, these are facts, okay?
Yeah.
But you are imagining you are in the tax bracket in which you can afford the extravagant things that you want in your life, and it's clouding your better judgment. You were like, no, they shouldn't raise the taxes for the rich. That way that I can make more money and eventually become the rich. No.
Like, I don't think people understand, like, it's this concept of, I don't know, I think it's because this concept of, like, social mobility has been ingrained in people's head. You know how lucky and not even lucky. You know how lucky of a situation you have to be to become like Jeff Bezos? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, no one's saying you shouldn't be successful. And no one's saying, I think people don't understand that when people want things like a raised minimum wage. They just want people to live. They're not saying this guy working at McDonald's should make as much as
he should make as much as Elon
Bill
Musk.
Gates or Elon Musk. No one's saying that. Everyone's saying they should be able to live comfortably. You know what I mean? Without having to worry about having to live with other people, finding other people to live with.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to have 6 roommates in order to afford a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, okay?
Exactly. It just will never make sense to me because people just want this. I don't know why. It's just they want people to not be able to succeed, because being able being able to have a livable wage allows you to have social mobility.
Yes.
I think the best example of this is actually in Denmark. They had UBI, universal basic income or whatever. With universal basic income, you think, oh, people would stop working, right? People have always said, oh, you just give people money, they'll stop working, they'll work less.
I've never understood that logic. I've never met someone who uses that logic.
The reverse happened. So
yeah,
they're making, I think they're making like 1,000. They're giving them like 1,000 or 800 a month, something like that. Employment rate went up. More people were going to school. People on average were happier. They're making more money. People are spending more.
Yeah, didn't the suicide rate dropped in Denmark?
Suicide rate dropped. Yes, suicide rate dropped even further. It's the happiest place on earth. Like, literally, the people there are happier than anywhere else on earth, because they understand that as long as you make it so people can live comfortably, they'll rise up and they'll be able to move socially. That's how social mobility actually works. You give people a foundation in which they can move up from. And you can't build a pyramid upside down. And that's, I don't know, man.
That's a quote. That was the quote of the day. You can't build the pyramid upside down.
Like, dog.
You can't start from the top, work your way down to the bottom.
Like, trickle down economics don't work. Like, I don't know. That's all I gotta say on 2020 right now.
2021.
2021. My bad. 2020 plus one. My bad.
2020 and that other guy. Oof. The start of the decade was interesting though.
Yeah, it was, bro. I hope things get better. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say they are, because I said that with 2020. I was like, man,
the moment the year came in, I was like, it's my year. And then 4 days. First of all, the same. I thought 2021 was gonna be an immediate repeat. Not because of the Capitol storming. The day that it fell on was like the same amount of time that we got in 2020 before we were almost plunged into a war with North Korea. It was, oh my God, it's just repeating in a different order. It's the final mix, bro. It's the Kingdom Hearts final mix. Not 2020 second impact.
Second impact, bro. 2020 special edition, dog.
Oh man, it is a Capcom version. We got 5 2020s to get through.
2020 arcade edition, 2020 Ultra 2020.
Don't forget 2020 Omega mode.
Oh my God, bro! Like, I'm telling you. I was like, oh no, we about to get the 2020 Brotherhood.
not the 2020 Year of the Year edition.
Bro, oh my God. But I don't know, 2021 has started. It started off. Hasn't been the worst, but it hasn't been the greatest. So
yeah. Right now we're on a pretty balanced scale of like events.
Insurrection.
Insurrection.
New president.
President who doesn't believe in insurrection.
Exactly.
Immediately preach to unity. Let's get it popping. Go talk to someone in the opposite party sometime soon. Actually have a conversation with them. That's not Biden speaking. That's me speaking. Go talk to someone who you feel does not share the same worldview as you, just to have a conversation. Just have the conversation. See what they think. Maybe you can sort of convince them to understand where you come from.
Yeah.
That's the comics advice of the day.